What's up, guys? Quantric02 here with another edition of What's New. This Sunday is the biggest party of the summer, Summerslam, and it's probably the biggest Summerslam in years. Probably the most stacked Summerslam card in about 6 or 7 years, man. It's very stacked card. Very exciting. A lot of build up, a lot of great matches, a lot of actual storytelling. Evolve. More storytelling. Like every single match basically has kind of a story to it. I can't believe that that's happening in the WWE right now. Things are looking up in the WWE, and they're doing things right here with SummerSlam. So basically, we're gonna run down every single match on the SummerSlam card starting right now. So let us all begin. You know, we have to begin with the kickoff show. Once the pre-show, now it's the kickoff show for SummerSlam. Now it's going to be some kind of panel or kind of like the what is it? What do you call that on ESPN and on in the NFL and NBA, like not like a halftime show, but like a pre kind of show talking about the. You've seen this at WrestleMania. Basically, it's going to be Natalia. It's going to be Natalia, Hall of Famer Shawn Michaels, Booker T, and Josh Matthews, I believe, on that panel. So they're going to run down the show and give their thoughts. After that, they're going to begin the pre-show matchup, which is Mr. Pay-Per-View, Rob Van Dam, taking on the current United States champion, the member of the Shield, Dean Ambrose, in a one-on-one match for the U.S. Championship. Now, at first, I was kind of disappointed because he's like RVD. He's probably one of WWE's most recognizable superstars, you know, and he returns and he's put in a pre-show match. You think, why would they do that? At first, I was really upset about that, but at the same time, seeing RVD on the show, I'm not sure that's gonna make people want to buy the pay-per-view, but I mean, hey, that's a good match to have for free right there. RVD on the pay-per-view against a great talent like Dean Ambrose. And the fact is, I'd rather that match be on the show, on the pre-show with because he really had no build up to it. I'd rather have that on the pre-show than have you know, a good rivalry and a good you know, storytelling and a matchup between Cody Rhodes and Damien Sandow on the pre-show. I didn't want that to happen. I really believe Cody Rhodes and Damien Sandow deserve to have that spot on the pay-per-view. So, I mean, I think RVD is okay taking a back seat for SummerSlam. He just got back anyway, so it's okay. My predictions for that match is that Dean Ambrose will retain the U.S. Championship, or RVD is about to hit the 5-star, and the Shield comes and attack him. So either way, Dean Ambrose will walk out still United States Champion. Speaking of Cody Rhodes and Damien Sandow, we're going to kick off the pay-per-view. I think it's going to kick off with this match between those two best friend Rhodes scholars, and their friendship torn apart because of the Money in the briefcase. And I just think it's been just a great story on SmackDown, great storytelling. Most of this action has been on SmackDown, a little bit of stuff on Raw, but it's just been a really good storyline between these two stars. Cody Rhodes has really showed more of a personality. I already knew that Damien Sandow had it. There's just been some funny stuff with that briefcase, throwing the briefcase into the you know, the water and stuff, and the whole thing with the messed up briefcase and like seaweed and stuff all over it, and it's been very entertaining rivalry between these two, and I'm really excited to see the outcome of this matchup and to see where you know, Damien Sandow and Cody Rhodes go from here. I really thought that this match was going to have the Money in the Bank briefcase on the line, but I mean, it's fine. I still feel that both guys are going to walk away, you know, strong in this matchup, regardless of the result. So basically, I believe that Damien Sandow will win this matchup. He's gonna somehow, the briefcase, that new leather briefcase he has now, is gonna get involved in the matchup, and it's going to cost Cody Rhodes the match. And Damien Sandow will go on to I don't think he's gonna. Let me just get this out of the way. I do not think Damien Sandow will cash in tonight. I really doubt it. I think it's gonna be more build up. He's gonna have some rivalries with more people. Maybe another match with Cody. I don't know, but he won't be cashing in at SummerSlam. I don't believe so. So Damien Sandow over Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. Now we get to the match that could have been on the pre-show, but I kind of see why it's not at the same time. It was made this Monday night. It is Natalya versus Nikki Bella. Basically, all the divas of Total Divas will be out there. Speaking of Total Divas, JoJo will be singing the national anthem before the pay-per-view starts, so that's pretty cool for her. But back to the matchup. It's gonna be Brie and Nikki and Eva Marie on. Well, they're gonna be supporting Brie versus Natalya, and she's gonna have the Funkadactyls on her side, basically. So I don't know, the match really, I feel it doesn't matter, but they're trying to get this show, it's already been a big success for Total Divas, but they're trying to take this opportunity to showcase these girls, so people who are from people who watch E and watch that show can come over and see, wow, man, these girls really do kick ass, so I think that's really good for Natalya and Brie and all the other divas as well. I don't see this being a long match, 5 minutes at most. I see Brie tapping out to the sharpshooter. Then there's gonna be some kind of, I feel there's gonna be like a huge brawl between all the Total Divas, and then they're gonna cut to a promo or something after that. So just something to show that these divas actually are doing something on TV. They're not just on E. They actually are professional wrestlers too. So pretty cool for them. The next match on the card is an exciting one, especially for me, I believe, and for a lot of people. It's going to be Kane, the Monster Kane, not Hug Me, let's hug it out Kane, but the Monster Kane versus Bray Wyatt. That's right, the pay-per-view debut, not the pay-per-view debut, but the WWE in-ring debut of Bray Wyatt, who has been pretty awesome to see over this summer. All those crazy, scary promos and all that awesome speeches and stuff he's been given over the last couple of weeks. It's cool to finally see him wrestle on a WWE pay-per-view. I have to say that Bray Wyatt, Husky Harris, whatever you want to call him, is a great talent, and I hope that this gimmick really goes well for him. So far, so good. But anyway, let's get back to the match. The match is a Ring of Fire match. Not to be confused with the Inferno match, which I thought it was the same exact thing, but I was wrong. The Ring of Fire match is the big difference between the Inferno match and the Ring of Fire match is that, yes, the ring will be surrounded by fire, but you do not have to put your opponent on fire. It's basically, the fire is just there to keep Eric Rowan and Luke Harper out of the ring, so they can't get involved. So you can win by pinfall or submission. There, you do not have to set your opponent on fire. I don't know if you still can do that or not, but that's not the specific rules of the matchup. Unlike the Inferno match, where you have to light your opponent on fire. To me, yeah, it was a little bit of a letdown. I know a lot of people are kind of upset about that, but at the same time, it's just cool to see fire around the ring again, and I feel they're going to use that in some way. I don't know. I still got that gut feeling that somebody, I don't know if it's going to be Kane or Bray Wyatt, but somebody's going to get burnt. I feel it come this Sunday. Yeah, I'm really excited for this matchup. Just the fact that Kane is, a monster again. He basically says he wants to just destroy these guys and show them, that he invented this mind games thing. He invented that, So it's cool seeing that. Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, even though the Flames are there, I feel they're still going to find a way to get involved in the matchup. But in the end, I see Kane losing this match. I would see Bray Wyatt beating Kane in the middle of the ring with flames engulfed. You know, it's gonna be a cool sight. I'll tell you that much. I'm really excited for Bray Wyatt, and this is the first step. And what a great opponent for him to face, like a veteran like Kane. So yeah, I feel that Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family will be victorious against Kane this Sunday. Next match, a match I am very excited for. Me personally, you guys already know why. Because the World Heavyweight Championship match, Alberto Del Rio versus my boy, Christian. Captain Charisma versus Alberto Del Rio for the World Heavyweight Championship. My boy Christian getting the opportunity that he deserved, that one more match for a World Championship. And you know, this is exciting for me. I mean, when they had that triple threat match a few weeks ago on SmackDown, which was a great match, by the way, probably one of the best matches on SmackDown this year. I really thought you with RVD, the returning RVD there, and Randy Orton there, I was like, there's no way Christian's gonna win this matchup. And when he did, I was shocked. I was like, well, okay, well, Christian won, but they're gonna do something on Raw, so RVD or Randy Orton joins the match, and they didn't. Christian's gonna have this one-on-one opportunity for a championship at SummerSlam. He's main eventing, basically main eventing SummerSlam with the World Heavyweight Championship. That's crazy right there. I am very, very excited for that. I wish there would have been more back and forth with Del Rio and Christian, but you know, I can't complain. They put together an awesome video package for Christian on Raw, which was just outstanding, showing his entire career. I feel that hopefully our WWE is really about to get behind Christian. They know how good Christian is. For some reason, he can never just break that glass ceiling. But I hope this Sunday, I really hope this Sunday, that he can do it. That he can get past that barrier. Even though he's been a world champion, I want him to have a real title reign with a world title. So my predictions, obviously, Captain Charisma beats Alberto Del Rio for the World Heavyweight Championship. Somehow, some way, I feel that Ricardo Rodriguez will get involved in this matchup and calls Alberto Del Rio the World Heavyweight Championship. After he beat the crap out of, we haven't seen him in since the beatdown. So I feel that Ricardo will be there and get involved, and somehow you know, either by rope or by kill switch or even spear, Christian will become the World Heavyweight Champion again and go on to face possibly RVD in the future for in the World Heavyweight Championship. That'd be an awesome rivalry right there. So I'm praying that happens, because you know, not saying that I'm just fed up with Del Rio. Like I always say, I'm not the biggest fan of Del Rio, but he's been doing okay work, I guess. But I really want a new champion, and if anybody's going to be World Heavyweight Champion, I'm hoping it's the Cap, the instant classic, my boy, Captain Charisma. Now we can talk about the second biggest match on this card. With a lot of anticipation, fans have been waiting to see this matchup for some time. It's being labeled the Beast versus the Best. That's right, CM Punk goes one-on-one with Brock Lesnar, with Paul Heyman on his side. A great matchup. Two very, very different styles. CM Punk possibly has labeled himself the best in the world, and he deserves it after his great 464-day reign. Quote me on that, I'm not sure. Something like that. Versus Brock Lesnar, the Beast incarnate, the big thing, who's been wreaking havoc on WWE since returning, even on a you know, a half-ass kind of schedule. But you know, it's gonna be cool because Brock Lesnar, he is that big name, and every time he comes out, you're like, oh, guy's gonna kick somebody's ass. And just to see those guys, you know, brawl, two Paul Heyman's guys, you know, brawl it out on Raw. It's cool, and I love the fact that they're putting this away, that Brock Lesnar that CM Punk can't, really beat Brock Lesnar. He's too small. He's not, he's not the biggest guy. And Brock Lesnar's been destroying him lately. But this on last Monday Night Raw, CM Punk actually got the upper hand on Brock Lesnar, using not these, but using these to overcome Brock, which was pretty cool. And that's exactly why I think that CM Punk actually has a shot of beating Brock at the pay-per-view. We all know that Brock Lesnar is just a destructive force, with CM Punk's probably one of the best in-ring performers in the WWE. And this matchup, I feel Paul Heyman will get involved in some way. Of course he will. He's Paul Heyman, to try to cost CM Punk that match. But I feel that CM Punk's going to overcome the odds and beat Brock. Even though both men really needed this win, I feel that CM Punk, as the guy who's here every single Raw full-timer, he needs this match more, because before, man, he hasn't won a match since a big pay-per-view match since before he fought The Rock. So that's been a while. I mean, think about it. He's lost to The Rock, what, twice? Then he lost to Undertaker. He might lose to Brock Lesnar. I don't know. CM Punk needs that big name to beat. He hasn't beaten any really big names. Even John Cena hasn't even really beat him clean. He needs to beat Brock Lesnar this Sunday to say that he's beating a big name. You can't be the best in the world if you can't beat the best. So he has to beat Brock come this Sunday. And I feel that he will. Somehow, some way, CM Punk will overcome the odds and beat the beast and show that the best is what he calls himself, the best in the world. The next match is basically, I feel like it's a throwaway match, really. It's kind of, I feel like it's just more build up for Night of Champions next month. It is Dolph Ziggler and Caitlyn versus Biggie Langston and AJ Lee. Which, this match has had a lot of build up to. I can say that. They've been doing a lot of things between AJ and Dolph Ziggler, showing how harsh this breakup was to her and showing how crazy AJ is. Nonetheless, this match, I feel like I knew this match was going to happen, and I would have actually liked if this was the pre-show match instead of RVD and Dean Ambrose. But it's okay, I guess. These stars need to be on this card in some kind of way. I mean, Dolph Ziggler and AJ are on the the poster, for God's sake, so they had to be on the card. I don't feel this is going to be a really long match, 6 or 7 minutes. I'm not really sure who could really win this matchup. I mean, AJ, for one, tapped out to Natalya of all people on Raw, so that was kind of shocking to see that. But I feel that actually Dolph Ziggler and Caitlyn will beat Big E and AJ on this pay-per-view, and then it will lead to their championship match, their final championship match, and that champions between Caitlyn and AJ. But I don't know. I don't really have that much thoughts on this matchup. I don't think it's gonna be like the greatest match, but it's there. It gives you. I feel it's gonna be that break for those two intense matches. Brock and Punk, and then you have the WWE Championship match. It's gonna be the break in between, which is a good break. You have Dolph Ziggler, being Dolph Ziggler in there. So hey, there you go. So nonetheless, Ziggler and Caitlyn are victorious in this matchup. Alright, before I get to the main event, I'm not sure if this is going to be a matchup on the card or not. If they have time for it, they might do it. But we saw on Monday Night Raw, and I'm not sure what's going to happen on SmackDown yet because the results aren't out. But on Raw, the Shield came out to attack, who was it, RVD, and then Mark Henry was there, and Big Show made his return, who looks amazing, by the way. Like, he lost some weight. He looks more jacked. But I feel like it's going to be the Shield versus Big Show and Mark Henry at some point. I don't know if it's going to be a SummerSlam. It may be or it may not be. But just in case that match is on the card, I see the the Shield retaining in some kind of way, a disqualification or something. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. Alright, now we are to the main event. The most anticipated match on the card, probably the most anticipated match of the year. It will be Daniel Bryan, the wrestler, Daniel Bryan, versus the face of the company, John Cena, for the WWE Championship. A match that everybody wants to see. Everybody wants to see if Daniel Bryan can overcome the odds, if he can beat the best, beat the the face, the captain of the ship, John Cena. Can he overcome those odds? Can he, a guy of his size, beat? Let's just say this has been a very, very good story. I like seeing Mr. McMahon basically tear down Daniel Bryan, saying that he is not what he looks at for a champion. He's small. He's small. He's small. He's looks all dirty and stuff with that beard. He's not clean shaved. He's just not that prototypical champion that Vince McMahon looks for. And he told him basically numerous times going into this matchup that he doesn't want to see Daniel Bryan as champion. Daniel Bryan needs to change. He needs to hit the weights. He needs to shave that beard off. But Daniel Bryan stuck to his guns. He said that he is who he is, that the beard is here, and it doesn't matter what he thinks of. He's gonna do what he has to do. He worked too hard and came too far just to let corporate tell him what to do. He's gonna go out there and he's gonna do what he does best, and that's wrestle, and show John Cena that he's the best there is. And it's been really good though. I like that part. And the fact that John Cena, of all people, John Cena's been putting out some pretty good, I gotta give the devil his due. John Cena's been putting out some pretty good promos. And finally, for the first time ever, I was so scared that John Cena was going to do this. Because every time John Cena's in a matchup against somebody, he makes himself look like the underdog. You can't be a 13-time world champion and be the underdog. You can't be on every single main event and be the underdog. It makes no sense. John Cena basically said what he is, basically said what Daniel Bryan is. He said Daniel Bryan is a great wrestler. He is a good talent, but he is not on that level of him with The Rock, Shawn Michaels, Triple H. He is not on that level of any of those guys. And he doesn't know, he said he has the opportunity to prove it come SummerSlam. He basically said that Daniel Bryan needs to stop talking about those indie days and wrestling in locker rooms and all that stuff. And not locker rooms, but gymnasiums and all that. He needs to stop talking about all that crap. He's here. He's in the big leagues now. He needs to think about the NFL, not the what's the other league? The amateur leagues. He's in the big boy leagues now. So he basically telling me to do all that. And then Dan Bryan basically saying that John Cena he could leave the company today and be all right. He has his money. He has his cars. He has his girl. He has all that stuff. All Daniel Bryan has is wrestling. That's all he will have, he said. And then the best part of last Monday Night Raw is when he said that usually for a wrestler would slap his opponent out of to show how much respect he has for him. But he said that John Cena didn't deserve that smack, and I could tell that pissed John Cena off. John Cena told him to slap him, and Daniel Bryan wouldn't do it, so Cena slapped Daniel. So it got pretty heated. So all that part is great. The only downside to this matchup, the only downside is just Triple H. Trips, I love you, man. But why? Every single time you have to be involved in the biggest storyline in the company. I mean, come on. I know you're the game and all that stuff, but sometimes you just gotta let two guys do it themselves. You don't need to be in everything. You could have just been on the sidelines for this matchup. But nonetheless, Triple H is a part of this match. He is the special referee. So this match can go a couple of ways now. So Triple H could possibly, you know, screw Daniel Bryan over. And John Cena pins him like that, or John Cena refuses to do it. Nonetheless, it'll be Triple H versus Daniel Bryan in the next pay-per-view. Or Mr. McMahon can get involved and try to tell Triple H not to make the count for Daniel Bryan, and Triple H beats up Vince or something like that. Or there's another factor in this matchup that I haven't even talked about yet, and that's Randy Orton, the Raw Money in the Bank winner, who could actually cash in on either Cena or Bryan. So many things could happen, but this is what I think will happen in that matchup. I think there will be a point in the matchup where Triple H gets knocked out and Cena's going to get Daniel Bryan in the STF, and Daniel Bryan will tap out, but Triple H won't be there to see it. Somewhere Mr. McMahon's going to get involved. I feel the end of the match is going to be Daniel Bryan getting Cena in the LaBelle lock, and basically Cena doing some kind of motion trying to get Daniel Bryan off of him, where it looks like he taps, but he says he doesn't. So Daniel Bryan wins the WWE Championship, but Cena's on the ground looking like, you know, like what happened. I don't see John Cena losing, at least tapping out to Daniel Bryan clean. I do not see it. It hasn't happened, and I don't know how long, but I don't see John Cena tapping out to the or cleanly to the what's it called, the LaBelle lock or the yes lock or the no lock, whatever you want to call it. But I feel like Daniel Bryan will walk out. Well, maybe not walk out, but will become WWE champion, and maybe just Randy Orton will cash in on Daniel Bryan, and that will give Randy Orton so much heat that he has no choice but to go heel right there. Because if he cashes in on John Cena, it's not gonna do nothing but make people cheer Randy Orton even more. So if they want to make Randy Orton heel, as much as I want to see Daniel Bryan have a title run, so yeah, that will put major heel heat on Randy Orton, and we probably see Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton feud for a couple of pay-per-views after this. So yeah, guys, that's basically my predictions for the SummerSlam 2013 pay-per-view.